This is Steve Gaudio Brothers Pressure Washing, Long Island. So this video today is about the best Jrod setup for a 4 and an 8 gallon a minute machine. We'll start off with the 4. So these are all stainless steel Jrods, and the meg tips, they're all quarter. So we'll start off here. We have the 2 house washing tips for downstreaming. We have the original shooter tip you can get at original shooter tip on Facebook. Just give them a message. They do sell them in Kynar from different companies online. I'm not sure. I've never bought those ones. I like the stainless steel because they're durable. Here we have the fan tip. I usually use the fan tip most of the time. I can get up to 2 stories with the fan tip. As far as the shooter tip goes, I've gotten up to 4 stories even with the 4 gallon a minute. 3 or 4 stories. So it does work extremely well. Over here we have the 2 high pressure tips. So this one here I use for wood, and that's when, after I have my soap and chemical applied, I'll rinse it off with this tip. And then this one is just a high pressure, all around, wanding tip. So we'll go back around just so you know all the sizes and the orifices and everything. So we have the original shooter tip is obviously, it's a 0 degree. Just for going straight up, it's really good for hitting gutters and soffits. Then this is probably the most used tip, especially for the house wash. It's a 1540, and then over here we're gonna have the wood tip, and that is a 2508. And then over here, which is the last one, it's gonna be a 2504 for the general high pressure. Use it for on concrete edging and steps and stuff like that. So that's pretty much the 4, and it's all got it's all on one Jrod, so it makes it easy. You don't have 2 different Jrods, one for high pressure, one for house wash. You just all have it on the same one. You can't mix it up. It's simple. Okay, so now on to the 8. My 8 gallon a minute puts out 9 to 10 gallons a minute, and I tested it on the bucket test. That's probably due to the oversized plumbing I have on there. And the length of the hose is not too long either, so my tip sizes are reflective of 8 to 9 gallons a minute. Here again we have the shooter tip. Go this way. We have the shooter tip, same thing as the other one. I think they're like, when you buy them, the option is like 4 to 8 gallons a minute, I think, so I'm pretty sure it's the same orifice size. And now with the fan for the 8 gallon a minute, I originally had a 1540 tip, and it worked, but it was just too high pressure for what I liked for cleaning vinyl siding. So I moved it up to a 1560, and that's really worked perfect. The pressure isn't too high. I get a lot of flow, a lot of soap, so that's really that's what I would go with, would be the 1560. As far as the 2 pressure tips go, it's the same thing. I have this one for wood or light rinsing, and then this one here is the general high pressure one. So the rinsing one, which is, for wood and everything, it's a 2520. And then a little bit smaller orifice for the last one is a 2515. So really you have the whole spectrum here. You have the, you can rinse with these 2, you could soap with these with the downstream. You can rinse, concrete with this fan tip, and then these ones are just, your general purpose wanding tips. I mean, you're not going to use this on a whole concrete slab. You're using your surface cleaner anyway, so it's just nice to have it all available on one 4-banger, and you really can't beat it this way as opposed to using separate tips that you lose and stuff. So that's pretty much it. So I'll go over the tips one more time. We have, for the 8 gallon minute, shooter tip. Then we have a 1560, a 2520, and a 2515. That's the 8. And then the 4 is a shooter tip, 1540, a 2508, and a 2504. And I usually get all my meg tips from Pressure Tech, and the shooter tips you can get from Original Shooter Tip on Facebook. Just send them a message, and they're like $30. So yeah, altogether, I mean, you're looking at 5, 10, 15 for the megs, and then 30 for this. So you're probably like around $50 for everything, and then $50 makes you a lot of money. So that's it.